Welcome to Scale Model Works. This is my video about my experience at the Heritagecon model contest in Ontario, Canada in 2026. This takes place at the Canadian Warplane Heritage Museum, which is a tremendous facility. Here's a shot of the Guardian at the front, a CF-104 two-seat starfighter. Truly huge facility. This is the back parking lot. Now here, I'm just going to give you a quick, using my 360 camera here, we're just going to do a walk around of the facility. Now here to the left are all the models on display. To the right, you can see a lot of the full-size aircraft, all of which are in flying condition, by the way. There, upper right-hand corner, you can see a fairy swordfish is perched on top of the wall there. Now here on the left are the models, and this is the space and science fiction category, I believe, that we're looking at here. But you can see that it is a tremendously large facility. And here are some of the many vendor tables here at the back. So I didn't spend any money at the vendor tables. That was shocking, but I did not spend any money at the vendor tables. Now, I apologize for the way this is, the camera's kind of waving about. This is all done by AI. It has to convert a 360 video into something that can be posted on YouTube, a more conventional video file. So it does what it thinks is best based on what it's perceiving. Now we're walking up one of the aisles here. There were quite a few automobile models on display, some tanks. Now you're going to be treated to the small planet version of the 360 camera, capturing basically a lot of the show in one shot. Now we'll zoom back down to continue our stroll between the model tables. Now this was fairly late in the day in the contest. The peak crowds had already dissipated. It was very difficult to move between the aisles, although this is in the aisles rather. Although this is obviously a large facility, it really wasn't spread out enough. It was very difficult to work my way through the tables, and I have yet to go to a model contest where I think there's been enough space, to tell you the truth. Now here we have you can see a full-size, real-life B-25 and invasion stripes, and a lot of the contest was occurring underneath the wings of that. There's, I believe, a Lysander. There's a CF-105 model up there on the wall, never actually produced. I can't remember which de Havilland jet fighter this was, here to the left, but quite diminutive actually. Now we're going into the vendor area of the room here. There's the B-25 again. It had the nose full of cannons, a ground attack version of the B-25, I guess. And you can see how many vendors there were here. It was really very well populated with some very interesting vendors. Again, between entertaining some guests that we had at the show, glad to see them, and my wife being with me, I didn't really get a chance to go through the vendor area, but I think I've got enough models to last me until I die. Now that doesn't mean there wouldn't be something here to tempt me, but because there were a lot of vendors here, so, and they probably have some material that wouldn't necessarily be available in the States. So sorry about my coughing. It is allergy season here in Pennsylvania. Now down here at the end of the row is, lo and behold, a Spitfire. It might be a Seafire, I'm not sure. Four-bladed, so obviously later war variant. But if you like aircraft, you can't not like the looks of the Spitfire. It's just a beautiful aircraft. And so we'll swing around here. AI will swing this around here in a bit, and you can get one more overview of the entire area. So here are some of my shots of mostly 1/72nd scale aircraft that I took. I apologize for the quality here, and I'm only showing the ones that came out half decently. Like most model shows, there really wasn't enough light for handheld photography without your own light source, and some people did bring their own light sources, smarter than me. Nonetheless, there were obviously some great models here. Great World War I models. That early string bag bomber was pretty amazing. But a lot of things in the 1/72nd scale single engine fighter category for sure, as you can see, and a lot of fine work done here. So really enjoy seeing this kind of quality of presentation. Excuse me. Here's got into the multi-engine World War II Axis category. You know, this was an IPMS contest, judged to IPMS rules with IPMS categories. Awesome paint job on this particular model. I wanted to spend just an extra minute on that. Really nice airbrush work there. This one as well. Different approach, but still very, very nice. Obviously, again, here, this FW190 looks good. P51, very nicely done. That beautiful Spitfire. And next is a couple of armor entries. Really well done. Science fiction was certainly represented. I don't know what scale these were here. These busts caught my eye. Really very nicely done. Very nicely done, although this is not a figure show. This was 1/72nd scale TACOM, I believe. A large Titanic that caught a lot of attention. And here's kind of an overview. This is during the awards ceremony, and honestly, the awards ceremony took way too long. So my wife and I went up above the show and were able to get an overview of the museum. Really impressive. Out behind the museum was a static display. This F-104 in Tiger Meat, F5 in Aggressor Scheme, F-101 Voodoo, which I believe took the place of the Canuck, the a Hawker Hurricane, again flying condition. I believe this is a Caribou. I'm not an expert on all aircraft types. The Dakota, the C-47 was represented. Here's the CF-100 Canuck, only all Canadian produced. They had an armored car out in the front of the museum as well. I can't remember if this is a starfighter or not. And then this Avro, I think, trainer was also on hand. So again, my quick survey of the Heritagecon Model Contest for 2026 held at the Canadian Warplane Heritage Museum. I really do recommend this. It's a great show. The only downside, and I don't mean to dwell on the downside, but man, the contest conclusion and getting the awards announced took forever. And we were there past the closing time for the museum. I'm sure they don't mind, because the museum had more people in there than they normally have on a Sunday. But nonetheless, that was really not well managed. It just took hours and hours to get that done. So that could be improved, but otherwise it's a great venue. They've got food and drink on site. You don't have to go anywhere in order to enjoy your entire day there. Lots of vendors, lots of real airplanes, lots of friendly fellow modelers. Definitely something worth attending. So that's all I got for you today from Scale Model Works. Take care and keep on modeling. Bye-bye.